Okay, today's a nice sunny day. We're going to take the Corvette out and we'll give her a wash and once over. Been sitting there all winter. I've started it a few times, but now it's time for it to come out and see the light of day. Okay, well there she is. It's absolutely filthy. Full of dust, grime, whatever you want to call it. Garage dust. Very dirty. Yesterday we washed and waxed the Marauder and it's looking spectacular. Of course the tree droppings got to it, of course, like it always do. Flipping trees. When it's not trees, it's birds. But the car is looking very good, very shiny. I did have some paint work done to this car. This fender was done, the front bumper cover was done, the hood was done. Now yesterday was absolutely spectacular, but today the tree droppings got to it. So it's gonna need, just can't keep on top of it, stupid trees. But anyway, this was yesterday's project. I did not film. Maybe next time I will. It looks good. I blacked out the tail lights. I installed the spoiler on the trunk. I even painted it myself. And it turned out not too bad. The only thing I don't like about this aftermarket spoiler is it looks amazing, but there's like a little bit of a crack here. Stuff tends to gather in there all the time. But other than that, great car. 2003 Mercury Marauder. Cobra engine. 180,000 kilometers. That was yesterday's project. Today will be the 1990 Corvette. It's been sitting all winter. Like I said, I've started it a couple of times. It needs a good scrub down. Okay, so it's going well. Pretty much got one layer of filth off. Yeah. So I'm just going to wash her down. I'm going to let it dry a little bit. Once it's dry, we're going to put the top down, and then we will we'll take the mother's stage 1, and we'll try to give it a little buff with the mother's stage 1. This car does have quite a few scratches and stuff. If you're up close, from 10 feet back, it looks amazing, but quite a few scuffs on the nose cone there. But we'll do the stage 1 with the mothers, and after that I've got some jet black liquid that will maybe try to camouflage some of the small swirls. And anyway, we'll keep at it here and try to make her look a little bit more pretty. Okay, so I got the car all washed. So what I'm going to use here is this mother's stage 1. So it's a bit of a mild abrasive. I don't think it's too aggressive, but I think it'll help to get a layer of impurities and stuff off of there. And once I'm done with that, because I didn't buy stage 1, 2, 3, I'm just using the stage 1. Once I'm done with that, I'm going to use this jet black from Turtle Wax. And all this is like a black liquid. And it kind of helps out on black cars. It fills little imperfections and stuff. So we did it on the Mustang a few days ago. Of course, we're washing it again because of the tree droppings, but anyway, it did a pretty good job. So I've got a clean cloth here. I'm going to take the mothers and I'm going to start buffing. And there she is right here. Okay, well, there she is. Got one coat on of the mothers. Worked it in with a damp rag. Let it dry, and now we're just buffing it off. Now, it does give it a nice shine, there's no doubt about it. There's a nice shine, but the car is full of imperfections, so it is coming up pretty good. Happy with the results. Like I said, this front nose cone is probably the worst, and it's a different plastic than the rest of the car, so hopefully that jet black by Turtle Wax will fill in some of these little scuffs. Anyway, it is what it is. 30-year-old car. Works very well. Looks great from 10 feet back. Okay, let's get this rest of this polish off and see how she looks. Okay, so you can see how this stuff works. I've worked it in here. Of course, they say not to do this in the direct sun, and I'm in the direct sun, but let's just see how some of this stuff comes off here. My clean dry rag I'm going to buff. Hopefully you can capture some of this. Now the scratches, these deep scratches will not come out. I knew that. But anything I do, I consider an improvement. Hopefully I'm not shaking the camera too much. Okay. Let's see how this looks like here. Say to do small areas, shake the rag often, and it certainly does make it very smooth. We're going to carry on here. It's definitely looking better. Definitely looking better. Yep. Now the tree droppings are everywhere, which is why the car ended up here in the sun, only because over there, this is where I wanted to wax the car, but it was literally like it was snowing. So I had to move it over here. There's less junk falling on it. But anyway, I don't think we can hurt this 30-year-old paint. We're just going to make it pretty. Or prettier. Okay, so we're doing the black magic, the jet black, and it's kind of a liquidy, oily type substance, I guess, and it really helps to fill all the little divots and little craters in this paint. If you look up close after waxing, there's a million little white spots. Those are all little mini chips and that. So this black oily goop, if you want to call it, kind of gets in all the crevices and that. So from a few feet back, it'll help camouflage the imperfections. Now, by no means is this perfect. I mean, there's a gigantic scratch right here, like that when I bought it. Not my fault. Can't see it from 10 feet away. But overall, the old C4, the 30-year-old C4, is looking pretty good. She's looking good for an old girl. Not bad. Nose cone. Well, yeah, I know about the nose cone. I may just get that painted. But I'm happy with this. I'm just happy that it's a sunny day. And Shelly was a big help. There's Shelly with her Mustang. Of course, she had to go and rub on her Mustang one more time. It's only been like 3 or 4 times in the last 4 days. But, you know, she's having fun. And I'm having fun right now. Every one of my cars is spotless. I just freed up space here. The old truck, the old F-150, was sold yesterday. So I just freed up a spot. I think I bought one of those tent garages. I think I may put that up right here between the two properties. And that will be a spot for my Mercury. And of course the Corvette lives in the garage. But for now, it's only a single car garage. Only big enough really for the Corvette and the snowblower. But, okay. We got a layer of grime. We got a layer of grime from the winter storage. I mean, you know, there was even animal prints on this thing, so this garage, you know, there are critters, so I got mothballs inside to try to repel them, but I did see little footprints all over it, but she's all clean now. And try to get the last remaining swirls out of it. As good as she's gonna get for 30 years old. Looking good. I think we'll get some insurance on here tomorrow and take this up for a spin. I think it's time. They're calling for sunny weather. Yeah. They're like the old round taillights on a Corvette. This is the last year for the round taillights. The 91 has the squared off lights. This is a 1990. Like my license plate kind of indicates. There, looking good. Nice view from the back. Mustang looks good. So, my son's going to be home from work anytime, so I will get this car back in here. Nice and dry. Get back in my little garage. just big enough for a Corvette. A lawnmower, a couple bikes, and a snowblower. It's not much, but it works. The roof doesn't leak. It's probably 100 years old. It's all wired. Okay, this is where the car will live. Good, good. Pull your skirt down, will you? I'm just teasing. Yeah. The tent garage is going to be for this car. The Tacoma, that's really my latest acquisition. That's going to live outside. That's going to be my daily, my winter, summer, everything. This Marauder, again, like I said earlier, I did have quite a bit of paint work done on it. The whole car was not repainted. I just did some sections. I did the spoiler. I did not do the back bumper cover, but it came up pretty good with the wax. This quarter was done. The two doors are original. This front fender was done. As my son dinged into. My son hit the corner of the house with it. The front bumper cover was done. I bought some brand new headlights. I had bought the projection style headlights. They were very expensive. They were very nice, but unfortunately, they did not fit the Mercury grille. They fit a Crown Vic. So I'm kind of stuck with them. I tried to sell them. I think I paid $400 for them. I put them on for $2. Nobody would bite. I'm just going to hang on to it. You never know. All brand new lights. This fender is original. And I had the roof done. The roof had all those little, had like the cancer started there. There was little specks all over it. So they sandblasted the entire roof. We did the roof. They blended. They did a good job. I went to Mako. Mako doesn't always have the best reputation, but the guys seemed really fair when I went, and they worked with my budget. I said, well, how much for just the hood? How much for just the trunk? How much for just this, that? And I mixed and matched. I got the worst panels done. For example, they completely stripped this fender and redid it, and they also, because they're putting new paint besides 17-year-old paint, they also buffed out the side of the door. It's not perfect, but they did okay. Certainly, the days of getting a paint job for $200-300, I mean, that does not exist. I paid almost, it was well over $3,000 to get this blown-in work done, but I'm happy with it. I hope it lasts. Again, I put that trunk spoiler on. Some of them came with the trunk spoiler. Mine did not. I really like the look of it. This is an aftermarket one. It was an absolute pain in the butt to bolt on. I had to drill holes from the inside, but I got it done. I got it done by myself. And I blacked out, this is not factory. I did the tint on these lenses. So what you do is you just leave you tape off the inlays, and you just spray all around. Same with the backup lights. I did this with the black, so it makes it a little bit more blacked out than it was originally. I really love this car. Maybe I'll do a video in the future on the interior and the Cobra engine. But for now, I was just showing the paint work and how I cleaned it up. Of course, that was before the trees attacked it. But that's what you get with maples. Old Canada. Neighbor's Blazer, very interesting. It's also getting covered in tree droppings. Okay, well, I guess I'm going to start this back up, put it back in the garage, and tomorrow will be our spin. What do you think?
Sounds good.
Sounds like a plan?
Yep.
Okay, signing off.